Tom Taylor.
How'd you know it was me?
Got caller ID like the rest of the world.
I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No, just about to play my round of golf. Like I did yesterday, like I probably will tomorrow.
Sounds like the life you always wanted.
It's not.
Yeah. Sorry I didn't make it to that dinner I read about in the paper. Congratulations.
Thank you. That's not why you called.
Yeah. No.
Messy business up there. Please, tell me you haven't called for a pep talk?
Yeah, not exactly.
Then what? I got golf to play.
Yeah. Well, this may seem a little strange, but I need your insight on something.
My insight?
Yeah. Just how crazy were the Soviets? I mean, just how crazy were they?
You know. You were there.
I was a kid. I wasn't on the front lines like you.
Well. I never put anything past them, I'll say that. Never. No. Some people thought we were a bunch of paranoid fearmongers in the agency, but the stuff we learned after the fall, Jesus. It was a crazy time then. Hell, we were crazy too, but they were crazier. I really mean that. Did you ever hear of a guy named Stanislav Petrov?
No.
Me neither, not until about 10 years ago. Stanislav Petrov was in the Soviet Air Defense Force, and he was on duty in a bunker just outside Moscow one night in 1983. His job was to monitor OKO, the Soviet early warning system, kind of like our NORAD. They had a network of satellites up in orbit, just like we did, to alert them if the U.S. launched their missiles. Anyway, old Stanislav was on duty, eating his day-old bread, drinking his vodka, whatever they did. He saw something he'd never seen before. Big board lit up all red, and alarms going off, blaring. What it was telling him was that the U.S. had launched their ICBMs, their nuclear ICBMs at his country. His job in that event was to fire his country's missiles back, but he didn't. He didn't believe it. Some reason in his gut, it just didn't feel right. So he ignored all his orders and all his training, and he turned the alarm off. To make a long story short, the sun was bouncing off some clouds or something or other, and confused the satellite into thinking missiles were on their way. Stanislav Petrov had done what he was supposed to do. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now. And you know what happened to him? Discharged. Dishonorably. Probably sent to Siberia or somewhere, who knows. Man defied his country and saved the world. Quite literally saved the world. And he faced the consequences. Because I think he had something the rest of his country didn't. Imagination. He could imagine the consequences of following his orders. And those consequences were unconscionable to him. And that's how crazy they were. Does that about answer your question?
I guess so.
Anyway, it was sweet of you to call an old man for his advice, Tom. It really is. get out there and do a job, will you?
Yes, sir.
Next time you're in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm not really much of a golfer.
Me neither.
Take care, Frank.
You should be more concerned with taking care of yourself right now.
Bye. Get our people up here.
As little as possible.
We need to give them something. They're sniffing blood in the water. Otherwise, they're just going to run whatever they can find.
He's right. We can say.
Why don't we
that-
just say that a Soviet satellite, an old Soviet
With a
satellite,
nuclear battery on board.
came
Yes.
down just like it did?
Can you work with that?
Yes.
Great. Put something together. Give it to the press.
All right, that takes care of the press. Now what about?
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it.
Leo, do you still have that fax?
Yes, sir.
Bury it. You never got it.
Sir?
The right answer is what fax?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
I believe the technical term is gumming up the works and buying some time to investigate before we end up shipping that kid to a federal prison. Jesus Christ. Can we get a cup of coffee around here that tastes like coffee, please? Send someone to Willie Horton's or whatever they have up here.
Get some for everyone, will you?
We need an expert in here, someone who knows what they're talking about, and quietly.
An expert on what?
It's open. Yes?
Zachary Walter?
Dr. Zachary Walzer. May I help you?